Just an overview is that you have your home, which is basically everything that is within Edpuzzle. You have a curriculum. Haven't really messed around with that much, so I don't have a whole lot to comment. But Sultana High School, that would be like where you can find things within your school, right? So within the science department, there's 4 to 5 of us that teach biology. So if there was a video that one person made and we wanted to tag team lesson planning, we could have one person make a video and I can grab that same video, copy it, and assign it to my students. So it's really nice. It's a nice resource if you're trying to collaborate. Okay. And then my content is the content that you save and want to assign to your students. Okay. So you can see this is what I'm talking about when I make folders. So that way I can organize my content. And then the videos that I've uploaded. Okay. So that's the overview of the content. And then we have Gradebook and My Classes. I'm going to start with My Classes just because it's a little bit easier for you to visualize by doing that. So I have a few different test classes here, but my students here, right, I only have one student, it's my husband because it's my practice class, but you would be able to import students. Anytime a new student adds to your Google Classroom, just come and click the classes, students, and then import students, and it'll sync it to your Google Classroom. Now, the bad part is when you have a student leave Google Classroom, it won't automatically delete them. That's my one complaint here, but you could just check it. If you keep track, just check it and then click remove from class, okay? Another thing is, let's say the names are funny. One thing that I feel like happens is if I have like a McDaniel or McDonald or people with 2 last names, and sometimes it doesn't recognize it perfect. So you might end up with Wake, we'll just say, and the actual last name is Crosswhite, and it like recognizes it as Wake because there's like a middle name in there or something funky happens. You could just delete it, okay, and edit it so that it actually stays in alphabetical order. All right, so just to recap, again, in My Classes, it's you can find your students. You can import those students from Google Classroom. So when somebody adds, you can remove a student by checking them off, removing them from class, and you can edit their name right here to make sure that it's fully in alphabetical order. The gradebook is something that I will talk about more after I assign a video, but I'll just show you guys kind of a brief preview of what it looks like. Okay, so anytime you have students doing videos, it's going to keep like a record of all the videos that you've done, basically the time or the score that they got, and if it's green, obviously they passed, right? If it's yellow, it's the average, and red is below average. Sometimes you might see clock right here, and that's implying that they did it late. Okay, you could always click on that. On it, you can actually see the percent of the video that they watched, the grade that they got. So if you don't have any questions at the end, they could technically stop it. You can see the correct answers, and you can see like actually when it was turned in. So some of them are like, I did it, and it's like, yeah, I did it late, right? So kind of whatever your policy is there. And it also gives you a breakdown, okay, of what they selected for each question. It's, you can always like review their answers, okay? And then you can just click on to the next student, which is kind of nice. Like if you're ever grading something that is like a typing answer, it's kind of an easier way to check all of their work, okay? So hopefully that helps give you just an overview. So there's also like, you could just go down and just check like off on your grade sheet, or you could export Gradebook, which is basically just taking this and putting it in an Excel sheet, okay? I mean, it's kind of up to you, and you can sort it, however you see fit, but that is one other option.